I don't know what to do with my love for Kanye West.
Yeah, and it's a big deal for me as a man to come and take accountability for all the things that I've said, and I really just appreciate you embracing me with open arms and allowing me to make amends.
At this point, what do you say about Kanye West? Kanye West is apologizing again. He just apologized to a Jewish rabbi. He apologized to the black community already. He went on a whole tour about apologizing to the black community. He was in Chicago.
One thing is like, I don't know if I properly apologize for how that slave comment made people feel. So I want to take this moment right now to say that I'm sorry.
Kanye's career has been full of apologies, and at this point, I don't really know what to say about Kanye. Kanye West is one of my favorite artists. I've mentioned that multiple times. The College Dropout was one of those albums that solidified my love for hip-hop. It was normal to me up until that point, and then I understood it when College Dropout came out. College Dropout and Black Album and 50 Cent and Lloyd Banks, like around that era is when it was like, oh, this is hip hop. This is what I love. Like before it was just normal. It was just something we listened to. It wasn't even like an introduction. It was just a way of life. I'm named after a Jodeci member because R&B, hip hop, and the culture is that's just what it is, especially in a city like New York where it's just like, I don't think hip hop is our thing, but you don't really understand it maybe until you step outside of New York and you see the impact of it. And of course, with the television, you could see the impact of it, but it was the College Dropout. It was Late Registration. It was Graduation, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, 808s and Heartbreaks. His discography is crazy, and his career is just crazy.
I had plastic surgery because I was trying to look good for y'all. I got liposuction.
You ain't got the answers.
I'm asking you.
You
a
ain't been
question.
doing the education,
bro.
You ain't been doing the education.
Kanye,
and it ain't no Ralph though.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Oh! Kanye. Oh, Kanye, you okay? Take a fucking another photo, man. All right, don't take another fucking photo, man. You out in front of my house at 4 a.m. Talking about how's it going? It's not going good. Y'all here trying to take money out to make money off us. That's how it's going. Slavery for 400 years. For 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all?
For me, the most disrespectful thing he's done in recent memory is the Twitter rants against Jay-Z and Beyonce's children. That really hit me home the most. So I don't even know what to say about Ye anymore. I love the man's music and I wish him well, but maybe I'm a part of the problem. Maybe me supporting him for all these years was a part of the problem. I used to be the guy that used to defend him through everything.
5-6 years of people coming up to him every day like, what's up with your boy?
He did the White Lives Matter shirt. He went in on the Jewish community. And the older I get, the more I don't understand it, because it's always black people. We're the most forgiving people. We always have to get over things. We're always told to move on. We never get to just be upset and angry. We always got to accept the rebrand. We always got to, that's the reason why I don't rock with Post Malone, is because I'm tired of accepting that. I'm tired of Kid Rocks. I'm tired of the Post Malones coming into this and switching. Jack Harlow been quiet. Jack Harlow, you on the clock. Nell Tech was dope though. I ain't gonna lie. Listen to Nell Tech the other day, but I'm tired of that. The Tyler the Creator thing. Yeah, he deserves to give us a conversation because I'm tired of that. In this climate that we in, it seems to be like everybody's trying to reverse. Everybody's like trying to pony up back to the woke side or whatever that is. I hate that fucking word woke. Oh my goodness. The Joe Rogans of the world are starting to realize, you kind of want a little, like everybody's starting to wake up and see what this administration is doing. Like, this is bad. Oh, this is crazy. It seemed like being a Nazi was cool for a few years. It was kind of like in style to like be hateful and to push hateful rhetoric. And now after people are coming down off that high and the real world is being real, now is this all an apology thing. So I love Kanye's music. I love Kanye's fashion. This is one of his hoodies. This is his perfect hoodie. One of the best hoodies in the world. I'm not going to lie. Really thick, really comfortable. It's very warm as well. So you can like put on this and a bomber jacket and be good. Like you'll be hot. I like the shoes. I like what he did with Yeezy. I even like the stem player. This is the one that actually says Yeezy Tech on it. This is the first model. So I was very early on buying the stemmy, which is a fun tool to play music. I'm not going to lie. It's very fun. And sometimes I think to myself, like, am I responsible? Was I the super fan that was responsible for making this man think that he was invincible. I bought a Vote Kanye shirt. For me, that's the counterculture of Kanye, and I guess that's like the youthfulness of me being like, this is counterculture. But as you get older, you really understand the importance of voting. You really understand the importance of politics, right? Like we see it. I mean, I've always known that, of course. Like George Bush, like technically Al Gore should have, they didn't recount. It's always been a little funny. Elections always been funny if you've been paying attention. I hate both parties. I just want people to know that. I hate both parties equally. The two-party system sucks. They both are attached to the same billionaires, but that's neither here nor there. For me, it was the counterculture. I love the counterculture of it all. And then it got to a point where it was like, all right, this ain't counterculture no more. This is hate. And hate is not history. History is not hatred. That's not cool at all to me. And so with this apology, it's like, where do we go with Ye from here? As a community, black people are the most forgiving. We're the most gracious. And maybe that's our biggest problem. Maybe, they always say your greatest strength is also your greatest weakness. And we're so forgiving and we turn the other cheek and we so inviting, we so loving. And, especially when it comes to our own, when do we say enough is enough? Because he's really hanging on to this bipolar thing now.
People aren't that knowledgeable about the bipolar and the cause or what causes it.
And he sounded very somber and very relaxed. And we haven't heard from him in a while. At least I haven't. You've seen the DJ Academics interview in the KKK robe, and just the voice and just like the paranoia and the schizophrenia and the bipolar, like you can hear it's something really off. And then you got times where Kanye's like this most, like he's saying these things and it's like very Pac-like, where it's like a lot of his interviews, the one where he's going to Big Boy, and you get what I'm saying, the coach got your bitch, right? It's like these points where it's like, oh my goodness, this is raw, right? Like the rawness of it. And then there's moments when it's the DJ Academics interview and it's like, this man has problems. And so where do we go from there? I often look at myself. I use myself and what I go through. I try not to point the other finger. I got Jesus is King merch. I went to go see the movie. I tried to support the man as much as I could. I don't know how I move forward with these feelings. I hate this. I hate the hate that he gets. I've been listening to his music a lot more recently, and I'm just like, yo, this is so good. It reminds me of such a crazy time in my life that I can't let go of the music. But do I let go of the man? Do we let go of the man? What does forgiveness look like? I was listening to the radio today. I think it was Unexpected Christmas Cast with Lil Rel and a bunch of other people. I'm sorry, I can't really remember. They were talking about, like, does everybody deserve forgiveness? Does Ye deserve forgiveness? Can we forgive him and still listen to his music? Is the Hail Hitler song the end? Because I didn't listen to that. I think that was the biggest decision I could make at the time. I can't control this man's thoughts and the way he thinks and the way he moves, but I can choose not to support it. And so the Hail Hitler, the Beyonce, Jay-Z stuff, the cornerography on Twitter, are we setting ourselves up for failure? Are we going to forgive him and then he goes back to doing the same thing and that's it? Like, when does it stop? I don't know what to do with my love for Kanye West. I don't know if it's more detrimental for me to continue supporting him and for me to continue loving him, or if it's best for him and myself that I just cut ties. I thought Vultures 1 was really good. I thought it was some real good stuff on Vultures 2. The bully and the Hail Hitler stuff, can't do it. They said it was a lot of AI on Vultures too. I'm completely against AI as far as artistic expression. I think it's useful where it's useful. I don't want to hear program robot regurgitate all the things that it learned from humans, which I guess we're that. Like, are we that? Like, because I don't know. Sometimes I'll be freestyling. I'll be going crazy. And I get it, because sometimes I can't write word for lick. And sometimes I hear the right beat and I hear the right rapper. I get so inspired and I put that down off the top. Like, I really, line for line, just write it off the top. And it's just like, ooh. So I personally can't get with AI in music personally. I guess I already been seeing CGI, computer generated module. That's different, right? Like, I don't want to see even AI art. So my whole thing is, what do we do with Ye? What do we do with our love for Ye as a community? And I get it. Some of y'all gonna be like, F him. It's over. And I already know the type of people that's going to be that. A lot of my black sisters is going to be like, black women don't play like that. I already know if you mess up with a black woman, it's up and stuck for life. That's why Trump had to fire everybody. Why Trump had to fire y'all asses, because when y'all do y'all job, y'all do y'all job. When y'all on a team and y'all motivated, it's a wrap. My mother got a promotion and boy, it went to her head. My mother got a little bit of promotion. She got a little title. It went to her head. Black woman, sister, you don't play that shit. I already know a lot of my sisters is going to be out of here. I already know some of my Jewish followers and my Jewish, if I ever have any, how y'all doing? Shalom, my brother. I know the sisters ain't rocking with him. If the Jewish community forgives him, that's on them. He's apologized, but where do we go from here? And that's kind of where I'm conflicted as a supporter. One of my favorite vinyls to look at. Like, he got some of my favorite album artworks. 808s and Heartbreaks. I just love this. I just love the way this looks. This is just reminds me of such a transitional period in hip hop. Just the color on the side, the heart, the cause. I love it. You know, the album that I said earlier, it just made me understand I love this thing called hip hop. Like, this was something more than music to me. You know what I mean? This was that start. I was only 10 years old and we was in the shelter, right? And then one of my favorite covers as well, the Kids See Ghost cover, a very, very amazing project on there. Reborn is one of my favorite songs all time. Free, Fourth Dimension, Fire, Feel the Love, Cuddy's Montage. Kids see ghosts sometimes. Kids see ghosts sometimes. Kids see ghosts. Another Cause type joint. Almost playing off of the Graduation. This is the closest thing I'm gonna get to the Graduation cover, right? I really, really love this man's music and the artistic expression he's given, but it's so problematic. So what do we do with our love for Ye? What do I do with my love for Kanye West? Can he have a Chris Brown crying on stage moment, or has he done that enough?
Now I got to return to her.
I think
Has he done that enough already to where it's like, bro, how do you think Jay-Z feels about this? What do you think Jay-Z and Beyonce feel about this? Will they ever forgive him for him doing that publicly? I feel as though a lot of his issues start with his mother. And of course, you know, grown men are grown men, but a lot of times they say you get stuck where a lot of trauma has happened. You know, as a person who's having to forgive and work through a lot of the things that I went through as a kid so I can move forward for my children and be there as a man for and be responsible, you know, for my responsibilities. You know, I've had to really dig deep and work out some things, you know, and I think everybody does deserve forgiveness, but does that mean they deserve your presence? Do that mean they deserve your grace? Do that mean they deserve to be in your space, to be around you? I don't know. You get what I'm saying? That's up for the people to decide, because forgiveness is about you. It's not for them, because you hold on to that. I'm extremely conflicted with what do I do with this Ye energy. And I see it out there to where when we have these conversations, people bring up his discography, but it's like, but you know, I don't know about this Ye character. It's weird. I try not to talk about Kanye much on this show because I feel as though he needed a timeout. You know, I just recently put up Late Registration in the Jay-Z Versus video. But yeah, he definitely needed a timeout. He definitely needed to back up, and I partly feel responsible for always propping him up, and I still feel conflicted, and I make decisions based upon me. I don't care what nobody else feels, because I supported him when it was through a lot of the bull. I felt as though I took him off the wall for a while, for a little minute. Son needed a timeout. I don't know, man. This is just a thought video. This is not really, it's no real intent or purpose. What's that Drew Hill? What's that Drew Hill song? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna say when we find love? I love Drew Hill, BT Dubs. That's another versus idea. Drew Hill. I think they wiping Jagged Edge up out of here. Drew Hill 112. I think Drew Hill beating a lot of these R&B groups, to be honest with you. But that's like, they deep cut. They got cuts that like, I don't know, that'd be good. 112, Drew Hill. That'd be real good. I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent. But yo, how y'all feel about this? Where do y'all stand with Ye? Where do we go from here? Is this just another, what we doing with Kanye? Y'all let me know in the comment section. The conversation continues with you. Help me beat these algorithms by like, comment, subscribe, sharing this video, ring that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a video. Donate to this Cash App link so you can further help the channel. Anything is appreciated. Super chats, all of that. Any donation is appreciated. Thank you for supporting me. The best way to support me is to become a member. Link is in the description. Read my soul out. Let me know how you feel about Ye in the comment section. Peace.